Did you know that your wardrobe holds a secret? A secret that could change your life. And so in today's video, I'm going to share the secret with you so that you can create a more magical life. Okay, so what is the secret? And I'm going to share it with you right away because it is the foundation for everything that we are going to talk about in this video. And the secret is your wardrobe isn't just clothes. Your wardrobe is a mirror of yourself. And the clothes that you are wearing on a daily basis are a subconscious, or after today, a conscious spell to manifest a certain version of yourself, but also the future you are calling in, or the past that you are still holding on to, a past version that you may still be holding on to. So the way you dress can literally ruin your life. It can keep you stuck. It can make you feel unmotivated or uninspired or not magical. And let's be honest, we all need more magic in our lives, right? And I did not really fully grasp this whole concept until I stepped onto my path as a witch. And it was when I understood the importance of intention and like spell work and creating meaningful rituals for myself that I really understood this whole concept. And now after this video, you know all of this too, and you can also start creating more meaningful rituals on a day-to-day basis for yourself so you can create a more magical and meaningful life for yourself. But I didn't only understand this intuitively, so I kind of always knew that yes, it is more comfortable to wear my most comfortable jogging pants or like being in my pajamas all day long, but I always felt that it is not in my highest and best good, that it was kind of restricting me in my thinking and in my creative being, right? And I once heard a grandma, I'm not sure where I heard it, but it was an old lady, it was a grandma, and she said always dress up, like have fun every single day and show your best self to the world because you never know who you are running into. And this is also something that I highly connect to this whole theory of like how your clothes can influence your life. And there is even scientific proof of that. So not only did my intuition let me feel all of that already in advance, there is even a scientific theory. And this theory is called the enclothed cognition theory. Now this theory was introduced by Hedjo Adam and Adam D. Galinsky, and they tried to capture the effects that clothing can have on the person wearing them. Now, in this theory, two factors were found to be really important. And it is first a symbolic meaning of the clothes, and second, the person has to wear the clothes so that the effects can show up. So, for example, if you are a witch and you are wearing that cloak, right? It has a symbolic meaning and you have to wear it. So having all of these beautiful clothes in your closet, in your wardrobe is nice, but if you are not wearing them, you are not utilizing the wardrobe magic that is right in front of you. You have to wear the clothes so that they can have an influence on your subconscious. So what you wear is directly influencing your thoughts and your feelings, which then arouse certain emotions and behaviors. And all of that means that your wardrobe, your clothes, your accessories are a beautiful manifestation tool that you can use as a modern witch in your day-to-day life. Alright, so now that we know all of that, let's talk about the three biggest mistakes that are probably currently blocking your manifestations. And the first mistake is the obvious one. It is not using your wardrobe and the clothes and accessories that you own as a beautiful magical manifestation tool. It is not using the power of clothes and colors as a tool to create your most magical life. Now, what I love about being a witch and having all of that witchcraft knowledge is that I know when I'm doing a ritual, when I cast a spell, that I created something tangible. I anchored it into the physical realm. And I did not only think about it, I don't have it like being in my head only. I literally, with intention, brought it into the physical realm. And this is telling my subconscious that it is done, it is done, it is done. God heard me. Now it's only like waiting and allowing myself to receive it, but I put it into the physical world. And it's like not floating in my head and I'm trying to grasp it, right? And I truly believe that manifestation works better if you put it into your physical world, if you create something tangible. And I know that a lot of people tell you that you don't need all of these tools. Like, I also think that you don't need all of these fancy witchcraft tools, but like having something in your hand or smelling something or hearing something will help you anchor it into the physical world. So thinking something is nice, but writing it down is on another level. And the same is true for the way you dress. So remember the two factors. Remember that you actively have to wear the clothes so that they can influence your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions and behaviors, and help you to act differently in your day-to-day life than you would do wearing your pajamas. So, for example, of course you can think that you are successful, but if you are wearing your pajamas every single day, all day long, you are literally telling your subconscious something different. You are telling your subconscious that it's time to sleep, right? You will probably all the time be tired and not be productive. So what really changed my day is dressing in the morning with intention. And I said this multiple times, but I really love choosing accessory or colors or certain outfits that just bring me in the mood that I want to experience that day. And then it evokes certain feelings and emotions, and all of that is shaping a new reality for you. And if you don't believe me, try it out for yourself, because now you have the information. Alright, so mistake number 2 is saving your clothes for the perfect moment. Now, I'm guilty of that, and I did this mistake nearly for most of my life. So I would buy fancy clothes or like something that is a little bit more expensive, and I would put it in my wardrobe, and there it was, goodbye, because I thought it is not the right time yet. I have to save it for like the perfect moment, the perfect location or event. And after a while, I just forgot about all these pieces that were lost in the depths of my wardrobe. And so I really thought that I'm waiting like for the right perfect moment to wear all of this. And so back in the day, I would buy so many clothes yet never wear them, and after a while just forget about them. So what I didn't understand is that I was pushing a version of myself that I already felt intuitively that I wanted to embody that version. I was pushing that version into the future, right? And I desperately tried to hold on to this past version of myself that like did not want to change because everything around her was changing. And I only understood this later. But what also happened is that I told myself and my subconscious and the universe that I'm actually not ready for change. Like, don't change anything, I'm not ready, it's not the right time yet. So by waiting, I literally was like keeping myself stuck and not embodying the version that I already felt like it is time to embody. But of course, the same is true for holding on to clothes. Holding on to clothes that no longer fit your body or are no longer your style, or are not telling the story that you want to tell the world with your style, with your expression, right? And by the way, our bodies evolve, and I'm currently going through this evolution of my body as I entered my 30s. So it is okay to let go of pieces that no longer fit your body. But holding on to clothes that no longer fit you, or are no longer your style, or are not telling the story that you want to tell anymore, only so you can hold on to them, is not only creating physical clutter, it is also energetical clutter. And if you are a witch and you are familiar with cleansing magic, then you know that as witches, we don't like stagnant energy in our homes. We don't like clutter because it's creating stagnant energy that is like blocking us in our work, or like not allowing any energy to flow, right? That's why in spring we open our windows to let in the wind and move through the house to just release the stuck energies from winter. So by holding on to clothes that you already feel that you no longer want and it is time to let them go, by keeping a cluttered wardrobe, what you're actually doing is you are holding on to stagnant energy that is then anchoring you into a past version of yourself. And if you're honest to yourself, you're probably already ready to evolve from this past version of yourself. You are ready to move on and make space for something new. And mistake number 3 is simply forgetting that getting dressed is such a powerful ritual as a modern witch. So getting dressed is such a powerful manifestation tool, and it is literally an energetic initiation for your day ahead. And I just had to think about the priestesses, right, that are wearing these white flowy cloaks made from organic materials, and really remembering that getting dressed is such a powerful initiation. It really sets the tone for your day. And if you have been here with me for a while, then you know that I love this whole concept. I love dressing up and like using colors and symbols that are really reflecting what I want to express that day, or what I want to feel and experience that day, right? And even if it's just my dragon earrings that I'm also wearing right now, that really make me feel fierce and bold and just ready to tackle any challenge that may show up that day. And did you know, and I just found out about that, but did you know that women are naturally more drawn to wear more red in the most fertile part of their cycles? So this to me just shows how deeply we intuitively express ourselves already, right? We can feel what we want to express. We just have to allow ourselves to follow that intuitive spark. So really think about it like that. Every single layer you are wearing, every piece of clothing, every symbol you include is part of your spell, is part of your ritual. And so by using some incense or working with essential oils, by putting on some music and expressing your feelings with dancing, you can create such a simple and beautiful ritual that is really setting the tone for how you want to feel that day, or at this event, or when meeting this person, right? And it does not have to be extensive, right? Putting on some music is so quick, and it's just really changing the mood when you are getting dressed, or like putting on your socks, right? Literally, if you are putting on your socks or just putting on some earrings like I did today with my dragon earrings, do it like a witch, like set the intention, feel how you want to feel the day and feel what you want to experience, and just have fun. Alright, so now that we know the 3 biggest mistakes that are probably currently blocking your manifestations, let's talk about some tips from your witch bestie that are actually helping you to utilize all of that in your daily life in a really simple way. And just to be clear, you don't have to like get rid of all of your jogging pants or something like that, right? You are allowed to wear your jogging pants. But again, if you are wearing your pajamas every single day 24/7, you are telling your subconsciousness a different message, even if you are affirming yourself and like telling yourself and thinking every single second of the day that you are that magical fairy, forest fairy that is dancing in the forest or like gardening, right? If you are wearing your pajamas, you would probably not do the gardening in your pajamas. Like, I don't know, maybe you would, but you get the point. So just putting that out there. And now let's talk about 3 tips how you can utilize all of that knowledge in your daily life. Alright, so tip number 1, and I never heard anyone talking about that, but tip number 1 is start treating your wardrobe like an altar. And if you are a witch, you know what an altar is, but an altar is a sacred and highly personal place where a witch focuses their intention and they are getting ready for rituals, they are connecting to ancestors, like basically a place where all the magic is happening, right? The magical work. And so I think it is so helpful to think about your wardrobe like you would about your altar where you do all your magical work. So just like you would place your magical essential tools on your altar, like your cauldron, your wand, your crystals, your tarot deck, or things you need to work with the elements or elemental beings or your ancestors, right? Or the deities you are working with. Really think about your wardrobe and think about witchy essentials that you just need in your wardrobe to make that magic happen. And maybe it is the witchy cloak that just really makes you feel magical and empowered and creative. Maybe it is a dress that is really inspiring to you. Or maybe it is clothes in the different colors for the elements, right? Maybe it's that pair of shoes. Like, the opportunities are endless. Really think about what you need in your wardrobe to feel how you want to feel and to express the version of yourself that you try to embody in that specific moment. So I think it is so helpful to think about your wardrobe like that, because I have a few pieces. I know when I throw them on, I feel a certain way and like I use them in a certain way. So I think it is really helpful to treat your wardrobe like you would your altar. So make sure you declutter your wardrobe regularly and you also refresh the energies there regularly. And there are so many fun ways to do that. So when I was writing the script for this video, I just had the most fun thinking about ideas, right? And it could literally be kind of rotating your clothes, right? If you are in a place where you have the seasons, you're probably rotating between winter/autumn and spring/summer clothes. So you could give them a good wash and store them with some lavender or something like that, right? But really making sure you only have the clothes for a specific season could be a really beautiful way to invite a fresh energy. Because like on your altar, maybe this would be water or plants to bring in that fresh energy. So maybe also like working with some sachets that are filled with lavender or any other dried herbs that you can get into your wardrobe, right? So there are so many fun ways how you can invite fresh energies into your wardrobe. Maybe it is literally painting your wardrobe with some sigils or I don't know, any symbols that are really meaningful to you and are representing the story that you want to tell the world with your style, with your self-expression. Maybe it is also just painting flowers, because we all love flowers and I would love to paint everything in flowers if I could. So this could be another really fun idea to bring in the fresh energy. Maybe it literally is buying new clothes because you just feel that it's not time to thrift right now. You just need some fresh clothes in your wardrobe. And I had that happen to me multiple times. Like, I love thrifting, but sometimes I just feel that now is the time to just invest a few like euros into new clothes and like buy organically and high quality vegan clothes. So this is something that I have really been loving, and you really can get as creative as you want when you think about ways how you can bring in this fresh energy into your wardrobe altar. And this altar came out really weird, but I'm not going to repeat the sentence because I literally don't know what I said, and I have been recording for way too long. But if you want to declutter your wardrobe, and you probably know this from Marie Kondo, she made it really popular, but make sure that you make a letting go ritual, a release ritual. So when you are decluttering your wardrobe, and I'm going to do this later this day because I just felt really inspired to do it. I'm going to a flea market in 2 weeks and I want to sell a few things. So if you are decluttering your wardrobe, make a letting go ritual. So as you go through the clothes and things in your wardrobe, really intentionally feel into these items and think about if they are still reflecting the version that you want to embody, or like if they are helping you attract a manifestation or creating the life that you are dreaming of. And if they are not, if the answer is no, then thank them and bless them and just let them go and just make space for something new. Allow something new to come into your wardrobe and therefore into your life. Alright, so tip number 2 is creating your witchy wardrobe story. Because again, when you dress the way that you want to feel, you start feeling that way, and you are actually coming up with new emotions and behaviors, and you can gradually shift your personality over time. Not saying that your current personality is not good or something like that, but if you want to create a different life, you have to support this thinking also from your external world, right? Like, only thinking about something again will not help you, but supporting your subconscious with like something in your external world will definitely help you make the shift. And there is a simple script that you can follow to create that story, that witchy wardrobe story. And again, make sure that you have your journal when you are doing this, because you want to get all of that into your physical world. Having it in your head is nice, but you want to get it out so you have something tangible that is actually showing you that it is now in the physical world. Alright, so the first step in this script is to set a goal. So what do you want out of all of that? Do you want to embody a new version of yourself? Do you want to be more confident, or do you want to get out of a creative slump? Do you want to feel more self-empowered or emotional, right? Sometimes we don't allow our emotions to flow, so we can support this with our clothing and actually get in the state of flowiness and like the more feminine aspect of ourselves, and really allow ourselves to let emotions come up, right? Or maybe you want to feel more magical, but you can also use all of that if you want to manifest something bigger, like your dream home or your dream career. So the second step in the script is to really describe your desired dream self, or that desired life, your dream life, or your desired manifestation, and really get into the shoes of the version of yourself that is already feeling how you want to feel, or that is already living that desired dream life, or having that manifestation that you want right now, that you desire right now. Really get into their shoes, and here are some questions that you can ask yourself to really get to the root of that. What does your dream self look like, or what does your dream life look like? But also, where do you live? What do you do on a daily basis? Or what would your dream self wear on a daily basis? Or what would you wear already having that desired life, that desired manifestation, right? What colors would you wear? What colors speak intuitively to you? What is the style that comes up to your mind if you think about your dream self, your dream life, or that desired manifestation? And also why? Like, what is that style telling? Like, what is the story behind all of that? Really dive deep into that, because the clearer you are, the more tangible it is and the easier the next steps are. So, for example, I really want to live in a fairy cottage. So I have been dressing more like cottagecore inspired, right? I'm dressing more in these cute dresses or like things that really remind me of that cottagecore life, like having a Ghibli vibe, right? So I'm really inviting more flowing clothes into my wardrobe. And I recently bought a few new dresses because I just felt that it is time for some fresh new energy this spring and summer. So I'm really wearing more dresses now, and that really make me feel like I'm already in that cottagecore garden. I'm growing my own food and like my vegetables, my fruits, and like I have my ducks running around, my chickens, right? To really make me feel like I'm already living that version of myself right now. The third step is to tap into your feelings and really describe how you would feel being that new version of yourself, or having that manifestation, or living the dream life of yourself. So really think about it. How do you want to feel, and how would you feel having everything you desire already, or being that version of yourself? What feelings would you feel on a daily basis? Alright, now that you know how you want to feel, you want to become clear about how you would act on a daily basis. So how would you show up to the world? How would you act? How would you behave as the dream self when living that dream life or having that desired manifestation? And last but not least is choose your wardrobe intentionally. So go through your wardrobe and actively choose items that are supporting how you want to feel as your dream self, that are supporting your desired life or manifestation, right? Actively choose items like of clothing or accessory that really make you feel your desired self or your desired life, right? Again, maybe you want to feel more confident, and then you have that beautiful bold black dress, or you want to feel more magical, and by wearing that like boots that you have, you are really stepping into that witch that you want to embody daily. So really go through your wardrobe and see what you already have, because I know a lot of people will say that it's really expensive or you have to buy a lot of new things. Go through your wardrobe and see what you already have, and then decide if there is anything that you may need, and you can always thrift it or maybe save some money and buy clothes, like more high quality clothes, but like buying less, right? There is so many options, but I always encourage you to go through your wardrobe first and see what you already have, because if you are like me, you have so many things that are in the depths of your wardrobe because you probably just forgot about them. And by the way, I created a really cute workbook for everything that we are talking about right now. So if you want to get that workbook, go over to my website and sign up for the newsletter. I'm like not really sending out anything there, but so I know where I can send it. And yeah, so you can really dive deep into everything that we are talking about right now. And I have another tip for you. Tip number 3 is to really work with color magic, color psychology, and wearing colors that are based on the elements in your birth chart. Now, as a witch, I really love color magic because it is so affordable, it is so easy to integrate, it is so intuitive, and it is basically using colors, certain colors and their associated energies to influence a specific outcome or to manifest a desired outcome or intention. And again, there is also psychological studies how colors influence the mood and emotions and feelings and behavior of human beings. So also when I was studying marketing, we learned about that. We learned that certain brands choose certain colors to evoke a certain feeling or behavior in you, to influence your customer behavior. And this is no secret, like everybody I feel like knows about this by now, but colors do influence your mood, your feelings, your emotions, and therefore your behavior. And so the influence of colors is confirmed by science, but of course, as intuitive witches, we always knew that. Let's be honest, we always knew that. So in your witchcraft practice, working with color magic could mean that you use it in candle magic, like using certain colors for certain outcomes, like using a green candle for abundance or a gold candle for abundance, using a pink candle for self-love, or like doing some grounding, right, with a brown or green candle. Like the possibilities are endless. Or you could even paint your room to work with color psychology and color magic. And again, I put this in the workbook so you have some references and examples for color magic and color psychology. But of course, you can also utilize and harness the magic of colors in the way you dress, in the colors that you dress with. So for example, orange is this really creative color, and a lot of people will recommend orange if you want to be more creative. Or like red is the color of passion and love. Blue is for loyalty and calming your nerves, right? I had a lot of friends who painted their toddlers' rooms blue because it had a calming effect in color psychology. But also, for example, gold is the color of wealth and abundance. And yellow has this really vibrant energy, right? Like an active energy. And there is so many more colors, like purple is the color of the unknown, of psychic abilities, right? Like it is so much fun diving deep into color magic and color psychology. And of course, you can work with color psychology. You can work with the information that is backed by science. But I really want to encourage you to also like take the witchy road here and to really feel intuitively when you want to dress up a certain way or to evoke a certain feeling. So for example, when you want to feel more grounded and like just be more mindful and calm, right? If you take a look around in nature, what makes you feel grounded and calm? Now, when I think about that, it's definitely that big oak tree, like the colors green and brown, right? I can just sit under it, be protected from the sun, and just feel grounded and nourished. Or when you want to feel childlike and creative, now what comes to my mind right away is the spring energy, right? Like this fairy-like energy and all the different colors that are blooming around spring. So I would choose colors that are really representing this spring energy. Or when you want to feel more abundant, like if you want to attract more abundance, I cannot help but think about late summer and like early autumn, when it's like shortly before the harvest, and I just have that picture in my mind where there is a sunset and like this field of wheat, everything is like in this goldish yellow, brown, orange color, right? So I would always feel into myself and see what is reflected with how I want to feel in nature, and when and where do I feel how I want to feel when I'm out in nature. Now, I really love integrating all of the information that I'm sharing here with you into my personal daily life as a witch, but there is one more tip that I want to share with you so you can really harness the magic of colors and also align it with your own intuition and the magic of the elements. And it is dressing in colors that are represented in your astrological birth chart. So in your astrological birth chart, you have 12 zodiac signs, and in each of the 12 zodiac signs, you have a planet or more planets. And all of these 12 zodiac signs are also related to an element. So you have the fire signs, which are Leo, Sagittarius, and also Aries. You have the water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, the earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, and the air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So if you know your birth chart, go ahead and take a look at it. And you want to find out where the majority of your planets are. So for example, I have a lot of my planets in earth signs. So again, these are Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. And I just really love dressing in colors that remind me of nature, of a tree, of like the earth, right? So earthy tones, greens, just really colors that make me feel grounded and safe and just connected to nature. And I always loved dressing in these colors. I always felt intuitively that I just really love dressing in these colors and that they make me feel good and like the most comfortable, right, in a good way. But on the other hand, I also have a lot of placement in water signs. So I love dressing in light blues or colors that remind me of the ocean or a beach, like shells or the sand, right? And also work with accessories that are connected to the ocean, like shell earrings or something like that. So I just really love integrating all of that into my wardrobe, and it makes me feel like the best. But if you, on the other hand, for example, have a lot of planets in fire signs, then go ahead and use that to your advantage. Wear bold colors, like be more innovative and expressive when it comes to your wardrobe, right? I have some Leo Sun friends, and I can tell that they are Leo Suns by the way that they are dressing, like they are wearing these beautiful red colors and they are just so bold in my eyes. And red is a color that I don't like wearing, even though people keep telling me it really suits me, but I just don't feel good in it, to be honest. Or if you have a lot of placements in air signs, then you could work a lot with the air element and express this element in your wardrobe, like using the color white or gray, like a storm, right? And also maybe working with feathers, like whatever it is that comes to your mind. Really express the elements that are already in your birth chart, in your wardrobe, because it is, and I would like bet on that, what you are anyway intuitively drawn to. And let me know in the comments if you feel this, like when you know where your placements are, if you already felt intuitively that these are the colors that you feel like the most comfortable with or like the most empowered, right? Let me know if this is resonating with you. Alright, magical ones, so this is all I wanted to share about the witchy wardrobe, and I really hope it was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, I just really wanted to make this video because I think it is so much fun. It is such a powerful manifestation tool that not a lot of people talk about, yet it is like so omnipresent in your everyday life, and it is one of the easiest tools that modern witches can use in their practice. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. Again, I created a little workbook for that, so go ahead to my website. You will find the information in the description box down below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to do the YouTube magic, like the video, share it with someone who may need to hear about this witchy wardrobe hack that can change their life. And also subscribe to our beautiful community. And yeah, we will hang out again next week. So I really hope you have a beautiful, wonderful and magical week, and see you then. Bye bye.